Hello, I am Izzy. I'm glad you have joined us tonight. Here we are again in Bruce's actual toy room. He's going to talk about a few things in a short amount of time. Giving up these old memories of Star Wars toys is a lot harder than he thought it would be. Let's see what the old man has to say, shall we?
Hey folks, and welcome back to my channel once again. If you don't know me, my name is Bruce, and my thing is repairing and collecting Kenner Star Wars vintage toys. And as you can see by the title, we're talking about giving up Star Wars. Yes, after all these years, I'm finally selling my extensive, huge collection. Tonight's just a real video, no green screen, no, just me. Just me. We're going to talk about getting rid of stuff. I'm going to show you a couple things, and I'm going to tell you about my eBay store where I'm auctioning off all my stuff at this moment. Not all my stuff, just I got some things up there, and that's kind of what I want to tell you about too. But yeah, so stick around and we'll see what we get to talk about. So let's go back to the beginning. I'm going to make this as quick as possible. I know it can be long-winded, and I'll probably be long-winded anyway. It's just what I do. When I was a little kid, 10 years old, that's when Star Wars toys first started coming out. 1979, 1978. And, it's what we played with. I was 10 years old. It was great. It was great. It's kids today don't play like that. They have their electronics and like that. They don't even understand it. They laugh at it. They laugh at it. And they laugh at it because they didn't go through it. That's all we had. And, we made the best of it, and we loved it. That's why guys my age... Not every guy, but that's why some guys my age love to collect these toys. It brings back memories. Case in point, this is I've said this in other videos. This is my favorite toy. It always has been. It's the 1979 Millennium Falcon. This is the one I've had since I was a child, and I have restored it myself. It's a little worn. It's a little yellow. Still makes that famous sound. You can hear that high-pitched part. Not many of the toys today will still make that high-pitched part, but this one does. And it just was a fun toy to play with. I remember running around the yard, chasing it with it. I'd had an X-Wing or one of these, and my friend and I, we'd run around, chase each other with the X-Wing and the Millennium Falcon. And, we always get the kid we didn't like the TIE Fighter to chase us with. But see, the thing is, back then, it was all about imagination. We used our imaginations to play. Nowadays... Like I said, you see kids doing this. Facing their phone or video games or whatever. But that's okay. I mean, times evolve. Children aren't the same as we were. And it's never going to change. In fact, imagine what it's going to be like when they're my age and their kids are going through whatever they're going through for their childhood. I can only imagine. They'll probably have a USB port in the back of their head where they can just plug directly in and sit there. Playing it, and they're actually just playing a video game or a holodeck like in Star Trek. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, it kind of bums me out, and I've been kind of dragging my feet on doing my auctions and selling my stuff because every time I sell something, especially from my collection, it's a memory, and I'm sure a lot of you guys feel that way. And I've had people say, "Well, why are you selling it? Why bother selling it?" Because I don't want to burden my family with it whenever I'm gone. I enjoyed it. I still enjoy it. And I am going to keep a very small part of my very, very favorites just to have. But it's going to be a very small. And you'd be surprised at the things that I really want to keep. It's not a money thing, the stuff I want to keep. It's really not. It's just memories that I like to look at. And remember back in the day whenever I was going through my toy box looking for Luke Skywalker's lightsaber, just that kind of stuff. I know it sounds weird. But anyway, I've been restoring toys for about 20 years now total. I've had the eBay channel. It's called Jenner Custom Toys. I've had the eBay channel or the eBay store for about 10 years, I think. And there's a lot of good stuff on there. If you're interested, yes, I'm going to guide you that way a little bit, but we're still going to talk about other things. Case in point, I said I like to restore toys. I also make toys. My originals. I do a lot of special order action figures, customs, whatever. Mostly, my favorite thing to do, though, is to restore. these old toys. And I've done videos about restoring an X-Wing, for instance. That was the last restoration video I did. I restored an X-Wing. Really wasn't a challenge. But if you go down through my videos, you'll see other ones that were more challenging, different restorations I did. Right now, I think I'm just going to show you this real quick. It's not Star Wars, though. Sorry. This is what I'm doing for a friend of mine, the Munsters. I got Herman, and I got Lily. And I made these myself, my cards and everything. See, it says Jenner down the bottom. Jenner Custom Toys. And no, believe it or not, it is not Bruce Jenner. It's, I know it sounds like it, but it's really not. It is a play on words of Kenner and my real last name. And so, yeah, you don't have to call me Bruce Jenner. Over the past 2 years, though, I have been trying to sell the majority of my collection. And like I said, it's hard. And I wonder if anybody else out there has the same problem whenever they finally decide to get rid of some of it. It's a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Not to get people to buy it, but to actually write the listing and, actually part with it. And this one's going to be hard, too, because this Millennium Falcon, like I said, I've had this one since I was a child, and I'm going to miss it. But I also have 3 others sitting out there, so I'm going to keep one. I'm actually not keeping my childhood one because it's all original. And I just think it would do another collector better to have that. I'll keep the junk because who knows what's going to happen to it. Now, I still plan on creating and I still plan on making some customs and different things here and there because I just really like doing it. The new idea I'm working on, and I would like you guys' feedback on this. The new idea I'm doing is, if you recognize this, if you're a vintage collector, this is the Hoth, sorry, I stuttered, just get over it. Hoth Ice Planet. Cardboard playset from 1979, I think. And but what you see here, I changed the graphics a little bit and I miniaturized it. I make the base and everything for Micro Machines. I think it might be a good idea, but I'd like some feedback from you guys. So leave in the comments if you think these cardboard playsets would be pretty decent for Micro Machines. Not only this one, but there's this is I don't want to have sitting here. There's the Land of the Jawas, the Rebel Command Center, the Palitoy Death Star, which I have made in the past, but I've never actually thought about producing it and throwing it in the store. What I want to know is how many of you guys are into the Micro Machine Star Wars figures? The ones that are only this tall, itty bitty, and maybe getting vintage style displays to display those on. I think it might be a good idea. Me personally, I'm not going to lie, I'm not really into the Micro Machines. I have a couple sets around here somewhere, and that's what gave me the idea. I'm like, I call it whatifying. I'm like, what if I make these vintage sets in Micro Machine form? Just like I said, that one, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Like it, hate it, just let me know. Okay, what else can we talk about? I'm not talking about the Super Bowl tonight. Nope. That's a loaded question right there. I saw the halftime shows, and I saw both of them, and I'm not going to put my opinion out because that is just a channel killer for me. Not get involved. Sometimes you got to pick and choose your battles. I will say I had good things and bad things to say about both of them. And that's it. We're going to leave it right there. Yeah, that's a channel killer. So with that said, what do we have to talk about? Well, I do want to point out something I see on a lot of these groups on Facebook. People's like, oh, what's this worth? What's this worth? They put a picture of it. Do your own research. You know how annoying that is to the groups? And I'm going to tell you real quick how to do your own research. Go to eBay. You don't got to buy nothing. Relax. I know a lot of people don't like eBay. I've been using it for 10 years. I'm cool with it. Go to eBay. Search for your product, whatever it is. Let's say it's a 1979 Millennium Falcon. Search on eBay for it. Find a couple. Go all the way down to the list and click sold items. And it'll show you what's sold over the past few weeks. Compare yours to the ones that sold. And that'll give you a better idea what people are willing to pay for it. Because let's face it, I can tell you a Millennium Falcon is worth $350 loose. And, you're going to be, oh, okay, yeah. And no, I'll tell you right now, it's not. But if you see what it's actually selling for, it'll give you a better idea of what it's worth and what it's selling for. Because it's only worth what people are willing to pay for it. So don't go putting on these groups, what's this worth? What's this worth? It's annoying. I see it in a bunch of the groups. Even my main group, I see it on. And, just don't do that. I'm not even a snob collector, and I don't like that. And I see the snob collectors going crazy about it. Yeah, there are snob collectors. Not going to talk about that either, because I got a good reputation. I want to keep it. All right, that's about it for me, though, tonight. I just wanted to keep this quiet and quick and let you know what's going on. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing well. Like I said, it's a little sad to sell stuff that means something to me. And I sold a lot of the stuff that didn't matter to me. That was easy. Just pack it up, sell it. Good. Now I got room for my whatever. I got a big dad chair. Yeah, I got to move a whole shelving unit, and I got a room for this really nice recliner. If I remember, I'll put a picture up. But, yeah, I'm getting old. I like stuff like this. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out and talking to me. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, share, all that stuff normal people say, but I'm not normal. Catch you next time. Bye.
Once again, I am Izzy and I am AI. I do the intros and outros here on this channel. A lot of people have a problem with Bruce using AI for some things. We are here to let you know we don't care. If you have a problem with it, you can go see some other channel. We use AI for fun, just to make it interesting and entertaining. In one of Bruce's upcoming videos, we will explain our educated thoughts on AI and where Bruce thinks it's going. He has good and bad things to say about it. But for now, this is how he chooses to run his own channel. Sorry to sound harsh, but you will see what's coming soon. Good night.